all of this, it's worth noting that these people wield outsized influence compared to their actual popularity. Trump and his movement have never commanded majority support in elections or polls. A vivid explanation of that came last week when Politico reported that Trump is having trouble selling advance tickets for his upcoming speaking tour with conservative pundit Bill O'Reilly. So far, the pace of purchases has been slow compared to other acts, arena officials say. In Orlando, where the duo is hosting an event at the 20,000 capacity Amway Center on December 12th, a box office employee for the arena said there's still a lot of tickets open. The person added, "We have concerts that are doing a lot better than this." I'm sure they do.
That was bullshit.
People were excited to see former President Donald Trump.
Well, I love Trump. I'm a big Trump supporter, and, you know, we got to do what we can to support the man.
Some even standing in the rain for nearly an hour just to get inside the Toyota Center.
I showed up, and I was like, oh, my gosh, the line's long. And I kept walking, and I was like, oh, it's way longer. It's all the way around the block.
Now, apparently that report touched a nerve because in response, O'Reilly threatened to sue the Politico reporter. O'Reilly said it was bullshit that ticket sales for Orlando have been lackluster, but when asked how many tickets have been sold at the venue, he said he didn't know. "I don't have that information," he said. "I do grosses. I'm not the ticket counter." O'Reilly threatened to sue the reporter, saying, "You put one word in there that's not true, I'll sue your ass off, and you can quote me on that."
First, former President Donald Trump and former Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly hit the road last weekend for the first two stops on what they're calling the History Tour. The program features O'Reilly interviewing the 45th president in a conversation about his time in office. Many detractors, though, of the former president have been highlighting how empty the arenas have appeared in photos thus far for the two stops in Florida this past Saturday and Sunday. Reports from the arenas noted that there'd been thousands of empty seats, large sections have curtained off. The Sun-Sentinel reported that $100 tickets are being slashed to $40 a head of the showtime, and fans in upper levels got, quote, upgrades. I'm guessing the host is going to dispute much of this. Joining us now is Bill O'Reilly. Bill, thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so what say you?
Abrams, thanks for having me. What say me? It's a bunch of lies. I mean, the doctored photos that you saw were taken before most of the people were allowed into the arena. I mean, look, here's how ridiculous this whole thing is. So the Sun-Sentinel sent a reporter to the arena where the Florida Panthers play. The reporter didn't call me. I am producing the show. It's my production company. She could have easily had the attendance and the gross. The gross of that show was $2 million, about 11,000 in the building. So many people, Abrams, that the Secret Service had to delay the show an hour because they couldn't get people through the doors. There were so many of them.
Wait, now, Bill, how could it, how could it have taken Secret Service extra time to fill up an arena, right? If it's an arena that seats, I think it's up to 18,000 at that arena.
And they had to do security on everybody, and they were overwhelmed by how the people came, and so there was a line sneaking out, and the reporter was actually there and saw it. But here's the bottom line on the show. $2 million gross on one show. What politician in the world could do that?
Who knows? But so far, it's not going great. The website Media pulled up the seating map for the Orlando show. And let's just say there were still a lot of seats left as of Friday morning. Yikes. We have more people in our audience, and we don't have an audience. Trump and O'Reilly would have a bigger crowd if they did their history tour on the Coney Island-bound F train. But it makes sense that ticket sales are slow because even the people who go see Trump don't want a history lecture. They want him to get up on stage and say crazy about celebrities he met in 1982. Steve Guttenberg, met him at Studio 54, nice guy. Hated my guts, Police Academy.
Could Barack Obama do that? Only if he was playing keyboards for the Stones. No politician on earth could do a show that grosses $2 million. And that was the story that these people who hate Trump, and they do, would not report.
So all of the reports we're getting about people being upgraded seats, slashing prices before the thing starts, the Daytona Beach News and Journal reports, the Republicans in Volusia were handing out free tickets. All untrue.
It's ridiculous, absurd. The 4 shows, 2 in Florida and 2 in Texas, have so far gross $7 million plus. Okay? Nobody could possibly do this. We didn't slash any prices for anybody. It's line of sight because you have a small stage with President Trump and me on it. If you can't see the stage, we don't sell those seats. Everybody knows that.
So did
Go
you?
ahead.
But
It was
you
just
didn't
a
sell
total
out.
fraud.
Though. It's fair.
They hate Trump.
It's fair
and
to
they
say you
wanted
didn't.
to make Trump look bad.
But it's fair to say you
ahead.
didn't sell out.
We didn't sell out what? It was
arena.
impossible to sell it out because of the way the arena was configured. So if you have an 18,000 seat arena, but 6,000 of those seats are out of the line of sight, you can't sell them. It's a big con. The gross is what matters on these shows. And nobody's going to gross $7 million plus on 4 shows. No politician in the world. Why isn't that story being written?
Let's move from the
Dan,
size of the crowd.
why isn't that being written?
You've just told the story. Well, because I would guess that Barack Obama, for example, you mentioned him, wasn't going out and trying to make money on interviews, right? That he was basically doing this interview with Michelle Obama. They had to add more times to the events. They had the same thing with Bill and Hillary Clinton. Excuse me. My guess is they weren't trying to make money.
Oh, stop. Yeah, I mean, okay.
I don't know.
Look,
You
I'm not
asked.
gonna
That's
argue
my
about
guess.
The Obamas and the Clinton tour they couldn't do it. I mean, they just couldn't do it financially. This is a history tour. I put this together. I had to convince Donald Trump to do it. You didn't come to me. And I wanted to get on the record certain things.
Welcome back, America. I don't have a lot of time. Let me tell you this about Donald Trump, since you're hearing such terrible things from the corrupt media. My brother-in-law passed away last October. He was very, very ill. He was in the hospital. It wasn't clear that he could hear us near the end. And I called President Trump because he was a huge, huge Trump fan. And I asked him if he would say something to him, if he could hear something encouraging. Ladies and gentlemen, 90 seconds later, President of the United States calls, speaks to my brother-in-law, Joe. Didn't know Joe at all, but Joe was a Trump fan from day one. These are the sorts of things Donald Trump does every single day. He's nothing like Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Nancy Pelosi, and the media portray him. I just want you to know that, from me to you. See you next time.